Good day, everyone. This is my video presentation for articles Marginalized Students in International, Asia, and Philippines. But before that, let me introduce myself. Hello, I am Beverlyn Anget from BSED Mathematics 1A. So first, let's talk in international. The title of this article is Exploring the Educational Experiences of Marginalized Students in an International Context. Authors Smith J. and William A. from International, date published 2019. The rationale of the research: the researchers conducted this study to gain insights into the educational experience of marginalized students in an international context. They aim to deepen understanding of the challenges faced by these students and identify strategies to improve their educational outcomes. Research design. The study utilized a qualitative research design incorporating interviews and focus group discussion with marginalized students from different countries. Additionally, a comprehensive review of existing literature on marginalized students was conducted to provide a solid foundation for the research. Summary of findings. The findings revealed that marginalized students across various countries face common challenges such as limited access to quality education and discrimination and socioeconomic disparities. However, the specific experiences of these students varied based on factors like cultural background, immigration status, and language proficiency. The study also highlighted the positive impact of a supportive school environment and targeted interventions on the educational experience and outcomes of marginalized students. Conclusion. The research concluded that addressing the educational needs of marginalized students requires a comprehensive approach that acknowledges the diverse backgrounds and challenges. This includes creating inclusive learning environments, providing targeted support and resources, and addressing systemic barriers that perpetuate inequalities. On reflection. The study sheds light on the shared struggles of marginalized students in an international context. By recognizing and understanding their unique experience, it underscores the significance of creating inclusive and supportive educational environments. The findings emphasize the need for equity and diversity in education, calling for policy changes and targeted interventions to ensure quality education for all marginalized students. Next is Asia. The title of this article is Examining the Educational Disparities Faced by Marginalized Students in Asia. Authors Wong Ki and Lee L. Date published 2020. The rationale of the research. The research aimed to examine the educational disparities experienced by marginalized students in Asia. The researchers sought to understand the common challenges faced by these students and identify factors that contribute to educational inequities within the Asian context. Research design. The study utilized a mixed methods research design that combined quantitative data analysis with qualitative interviews. The researchers collected data from a large sample of marginalized students across various Asian countries, including information on demographics, educational backgrounds, and experience of discriminations. Interviews were also conducted with key stakeholders to gain deeper understanding of the underlying causes of educational disparities. Summary of findings. The findings indicated several common barriers faced by marginalized students in Asia, including limited access to quality education, poverty, racial or ethnic discrimination, and cultural biases. The study also identified the lack of culturally responsive teaching and curriculums as perpetuating factors in educational inequalities for marginalized students. Conclusion. The research concluded that addressing the educational disparities faced by marginalized students in Asia requires multidimensional efforts. This includes providing equal access to quality education, promoting cultural sensitivity in teaching practices, and actively challenging discriminatory attitudes and practices within the educational system. My reflection on this is this research contributes value insights into the challenges faced by marginalized students in Asian countries. It highlights the needs for comprehensive strategies that take into account the complex nature of educational inequity. The emphasis on cultural responsiveness and the recognition of systemic biases in education are noteworthy findings. Published in 2020, this research addresses the pressing issue of educational disparities in Asia, providing a valuable resource for policymakers, educators, and researchers working towards inclusive and equitable education in the region. Thirdly is Philippines. The title of this article is Exploring the Experiences of Marginalized Indigenous Students in the Philippines. Author Santos M. and Cruz R. Date published 2018. The rationale of the research. The study aimed to investigate the educational experience of marginalized indigenous students in the Philippines. The researchers sought to understand the unique challenges faced by the students and explore strategies to improve their educational outcomes. Research design. The study utilized a qualitative research design employing in-depth interviews and focus group discussion with marginalized indigenous students. The researchers also engaged with community leaders, teachers, and other stakeholders to gain a comprehensive understanding of the educational landscape for the students. Summary of findings. The findings revealed that marginalized indigenous students in the Philippines face numerous barriers to education, including limited access to schools, cultural discontinuity, language barriers, and discrimination. The study highlighted the importance of community support and a culturally relevant pedagogical approach and enhancing the educational experiences and outcomes of the students. Conclusion. The research concluded that addressing the educational inequalities faced by marginal indigenous students in the Philippines requires collaborative efforts between educational institutions, communities, and policymakers. Culturally responsive education, teacher training, and the inclusion of indigenous knowledge and practices in the curriculum were identified as crucial steps towards improving the educational experiences of these students. Reflection. This research draws attention to the unique challenges faced by marginalized indigenous students in the Philippines. It emphasizes the significance of cultural preservations and integrations in education, suggesting that promoting indigenous knowledge can have a positive impact on the educational outcomes of these students. This study provides important insights for policymakers, educators, and communities in the Philippines, emphasizing the need for inclusive and culturally relevant approaches to education that can help uplift marginalized indigenous students. Published in 2018, this research is a valuable resource that continues to inform discussion and initiatives regarding indigenous education in the Philippines. That's all. Thank you.